Questions?
Well, you're always, and guys too, we're always excited when it's day one, practice one, and time to go. And today was no exception. Guys came out, competed, played hard, played as fast as they could possibly play. Got to remember, there's a couple things that you got to keep in mind. You're in no pads, so got to put your brain on too to make sure you take care of one another. And the only protective device you have on is the helmet. So you got to use your head on that. But our guys have done a good job of learning how to practice, and I wasn't nervous about it at all. And again, like I said, it was a Las Cruces day because we were able to practice in the heat. And the weather report for the next week, it looks like it's going to cool off pretty good. So we'll take as many of these kind of days as we can get to get our work in.
Questions for Coach?
How did you feel with everybody's fitness level coming in?
Good.
Being the first practice?
Yeah, but we go. Our guys are with the strength people, they're with us and the strength people the month of June. And then they're with the strength coaches the month of July. So, there's a solid degree of conditioning. That was not an issue today. We did have some cramping, but, that's to be expected. That comes from, hey, I didn't drink enough water at breakfast, for crying out loud. So, that kind of thing comes up. But I felt like that the conditioning piece was a non-issue.
When you look ahead, how long do you think you want to be before you know your starting 11s on both sides of the ball? Is that going to be a middle of August thing, or is it going to take it right up to when the
No, I mean, when we go to game week, we got to be ready to go. So, that's the important piece now. Game week begins August, it's August 24th or 6th or something along those lines of what the date is. In fact, I've never coached in July before, so this was a new experience. But the bottom line is, prior to us getting the game plan week, we've got to make some decisions. But I'm a big believer, let them all compete as long as possible. Because some guys, all of a sudden, they just wake up one morning and all of a sudden they know the concepts, they understand what's going on, and the light goes off. So you don't want to shut that out, shut the light off on that kind of guy. But at the same time, you only got so many days to game plan and prepare for a game, and we'll certainly be ahead of that.
You just mentioned that you'd never coached in July. What was it like for you to get up this morning and
Weird.
Work on the 28th?
It's weird, it really is. I mean, coaching in July is a different sphere, but the interesting thing is we'll play our first game the 24th, 25th, 26th, whichever it is, and then we'll play the last week of the regular season too, because we'll have 2 byes. So, the good thing is we'll have a bye before Army, which, they're going to be something different schematically. So that'll give us an opportunity to kind of get ready to compete and play and get ready to play them. And then we get another one 2 weeks later. So those are never bad things when you're, because at late in the year, your health, you always have a few guys in question. So it's nice to give them an opportunity to get back on their feet.
Coach, feels like there's an energy around the program that hasn't existed for a few years since the move to FBS. Can you describe what the difference between this team is than from a year ago, or even since we last saw them in Army?
Well, this group is it's a good group. We've done a good job, I think, in the recruiting process, and we've taken advantage of all pieces, whether it be the high school recruiting group, or whether it be the junior college group, or whether it be the transfer portal. The mistake I made a year ago, and I take full hearted, when we were picking from the portal, we didn't care if they were old, young, whatever, we just took the best players we could find and get them on our roster. I think that lack of maturity ended up hurting us, whereas this year, in this particular group, we paid attention to how many guys had played 2 and 3 years so they could come in here and lend some leadership ability to our guys as well. So I think we went from, 5 to 6 seniors on the team last year, which would make us one of the youngest teams in the FBS, to somewhere around 16 to 20 now. So, we've certainly, taken that into account and have paid attention to the leadership factor that can be conveyed to our football team.
Let me ask quarterback situation. I know there's plenty of time, but did they all come in ready to go? Can you see?
I think they all are. I just think they're all prepared. They're all working hard, and you know what? They have a connection with one another too. Like, it's not like life and death. They're taking care of each other like they're brothers, and that'll give you a chance, because you know the deal. It happened last year. Who you think will be the number one, all of a sudden, a couple things happen, things change. So we want to make sure that we bring them all along, but at some point in time, we're going to have to make a good decision.
Do you have an idea on when you would like to make that decision?
Like I said, I'd like to have it. It'll be prior to game week. It'll be probably somewhere, over the next couple of weeks. So that's our plan.
You mentioned you have a lot of time to make those decisions too. Were there any guys today that stepped up in a way that kind of caught your attention for those starting spots?
Yeah, DJ Jerkins, I thought, defensively, he did some really good things. Nazi, who missed a good amount of the spring, he flashed today and did some good things and did it. We've kind of tweaked his position, so to see him be a shining bright star in that area was a good thing. I think Billy too. The good thing about Billy is I thought the guy we got last year looked like a guy that had an ACL tear, had it repaired, and was in his first year. He doesn't look that way anymore. He looks like a guy that's fully recovered from an ACL tear and ready to play ball. So that's a good thing. I think Hugo's really climbed the ladder, doing some good things. Sean Harris, who we got from Stony Brook, I felt him today. Obviously I'm calling the defenses, but I did feel him today. So, that was a good thing. I think we got a number of guys. I do think our wide receiver group is young, has energy, and has talent. And we'll just keep getting better at quarterback. And, our tight end group is doing a good job as well. Gino's doing a good job. Jackson's doing a good, Matt's doing a good job. All those guys, I feel them. So, I think we're going in the right direction. It's only day one though, So, you got to try to keep your, control your emotions and make sure you're working hard in the techniques and fundamentals necessary to be a good football player.
How long before you guys go into pads and have contact?
We'll have Saturday will be another no pad day. Sunday is the off day to get us in a balance where we're taking Sundays off. So Monday, we'll be in pads on Monday.
Coach, playing in week 0 is obviously going to be a different adjustment, and then especially the fact that you have to travel to Auburn 12 days later. That's a lot of travel for the first 2 weeks. How's the coaching staff preparing for that challenge?
Well, that's like you said, you got to make sure that you get them the proper rest and you know, get them enough balance between getting in the heat, dealing with it, but the guys got to do a good job of taking care of themselves, you know, they got to get in the cold water tubs now and take care of their bodies and do all those necessary items that you know, keep you bright and keep you sharp. So that's what we're looking for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
Okay, thanks, guys.
All right, questions?
What was the first day of practice like? How, getting out there in July instead of in August and all that?
Just a blessing to get out there early. I mean, like I said earlier, me and Gino Campiati was picking me up from the airport, and on the way back we saw a dude with no arms or legs. And we just looked at each other and said, we can't complain about nothing in life because somebody always got it worse than you. And we out here doing something we dreamed about. So why try to rush waking up from this dream? And it's a blessing to be out here every day.
What was the first day of practice like? Coach was talking about you guys were up-tempo the whole time and really kind of kicking it. Did you feel that? Did you feel that kind of energy?
I felt a lot of energy. I mean, not gonna lie to you, we had a lot of rush today, first day, as usual. So we had to knock off the rush. I mean, but we had the intensity, enthusiasm from the jump. Like, we didn't question that. We just probably questioned just our execution of a few things, but just the excitement, the enthusiasm, the energy was all there. Now we got to just capitalize on just executing each play that's called from first down to second down to third down.
How different did this first practice feel from the first practice last summer?
As energy-wise, I would say the same, but I just said we had some execution problems, but we had less execution problems. So I would say it's more maturity, we're more comfortable with the offense because last year was a new offense. So just staying comfortable, more comfortable than last year, but just got to just keep capitalizing and making less mistakes.
You talked about some of the rust that you're working through. Like, what specifically do you want to focus on as you're moving through these practices?
As a player or as
Or, yeah, for you personally.
For me personally, just taking care of my body, not just practicing and just trying to leave right after practice to go get food or just sit down on the side. I got to just learn how the pros take care of their body. I mean, that's my dream. So if I want to make it come true, I got to learn how to take care of my body. So this spring, I had a lot of hamstring problems because I was just rushing to leave, wasn't taking care of my hammies. So I had growing pains with that, and I had to grow up a little bit. So for myself, it's just being in here more, taking care of my body, watching more film, not just thinking like if you put in extra work after practice, you're going to be good on Saturdays. It's more than that. It's taking care of your body, watching more film.
Was there a specific, like, somebody that you talked to about that? Like, trying to focus more on that, like coach or a
Coach McClaffrey, and then our new head athletic trainer. Athletic trainer, Michaela. She had a little plan for me every day. She made me come in and do yoga with her every day. And then once I got better at that, she let me go on my own and she told me, you got to do this on your own now. Like, I showed you how to do it. You're a grown man now. If you care about your body enough, you would come in every morning and do it yourself. And I did that. And then she did the other little things as far as treatment. But she said, you got to grow up for yourself if you want this for yourself.
For you guys as players, is it easy to forget last year, or do you want to keep last year in mind because you don't want to repeat it?
50-50. You always want to remember where you came from. You got to enjoy the process because say our dreams do come true as a team this year, we're going to remember last year that 1-11. So you don't want to entirely forget about it. You just want to keep it in the back of your mind and use it as motivation each and every Saturday you step on that field.
Is there any game you're looking forward to the most this year? Any venue you're looking forward to traveling to?
New Mexico State. That's week 1, and we got to start there. That's our first stepping stone. We win that game, and it goes up from there. It's just week 1 everywhere. Not week 2, not week 3, not UConn. Week 1, and then after week 1, week 2, just week by week, to just be excited for and gear up for.
Is that easy to do?
No, because we're kids, we get happy. We look at week 4, we're excited to play them. Week 6, we're excited to play them, our rival. We're excited to play UConn. But the most important game is week 1. you can't get to week 3 without winning week 1.
Were there any of your teammates today that you thought had a really good practice?
Probably. I mean, Mark Pope had a big play today. Anthony Simpson had a big play today. Sean White caught some passes today. I would say just all the new guys. Like, I like how they came in today and just got right on the train and said, let's go. They didn't hold us up, none of that. They just said, let's go. We're going to learn from y'all, and we're going to come out here and execute. And I would say all of them. I would say every single last new guy, from Mark Pope, Anthony Simpson, Sean White to Christian Wells. I was very proud of them.
Does it feel different for you being a veteran now?
Yes. Because I'm always this happy, smiling dude. But, like, I had a problem last year in that Michigan. I'll smile one day, and then you may see me the next day. I may just be straight. So just my coaches told me you got to be the same person each and every day. Like, even if you having a bad day, part of being a leader is being that same person and taking this crew and they follow behind you. Everything they say before practice, it starts with you. So just as a captain and as a leader for this group, I have to show up each and every day. It don't matter if my hamstring hurt. It don't matter if I drop 2 passes today. I got to be that same person I was the day before and be consistent and bring it every single day, not a day off.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome.